Yo, Celtics Nation! Buckle up, because today we're diving into two absolute bombshells that'll hit every Green fan right in the feels. This offseason is wilder than a Game 7 buzzer beater, and what's coming could flip the script for Boston. Are the Celtics reinventing themselves or gambling big time? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's jump into these game changers with all the drama, hype, and that unbreakable Celtics pride. So, who's ready to see Boston dominate the NBA again? Let's break it down together. Picture this. Green faithful. TD Garden is electric, the crowd's roaring, and a new name lights up the scoreboard. Anfernee Simons. Yup, the blockbuster trade that shocked everyone this offseason is the talk of the town. The Celtics shipped out Drew Holiday, a 2024 championship hero, to the Portland Trail Blazers for this 26-year-old offensive dynamo. But hold up before you lose it. Let me break down why this move's got fans split and what it means for our squad's future. Let's set the stage. With the NBA's new CBA and that dreaded second apron tightening the screws, Boston had to trim the payroll. Holiday, with his hefty contract and 35 years on the clock, was the obvious trade piece. Everyone expected a salary dump, maybe even tossing in assets to offload him. But Brad Stevens, the front office wizard, flipped the script. He landed Simons, a guy who drains threes like it's nothing and has the speed to leave defenses dizzy. Last season in Portland, he dropped 22.6 points per game with a 43% clip from deep. That's straight fire. Now here's the flip side. Simons is an offensive beast, but his defense? Let's just say he's no Marcus Smart. Fans on X are torn. Some think he's the perfect spark for a team needing offensive juice, especially with Jason Tatum sidelined by an Achilles injury in 2026. Others are screaming that Boston's suffocating two-way identity is at stake. So, what's your take? Is Stevens rolling the dice too hard on a guy who might be a defensive liability? Stevens' latest comments threw gas on the fire. He flat out said Simons and Georges Niang, another offseason pickup, are core pieces of the plan. We're thrilled with what we got in these trades, he declared, making it clear Simons isn't just passing through. That's a loud message. This guy's getting minutes, ball handling duties, and probably a starting spot. But how does he fit in a team that lost Holiday's defensive grit? And with Tatum out, can Simons carry the offensive load alongside Jaylen Brown? Here's the deal. The Eastern Conference is wide open, and that's a golden opportunity. Even without Tatum, a lineup with Brown, Simons, and a locked-in Derek White could make noise. But the risk is real. If Simons doesn't step up defensively, teams like the Knicks or Bucks could exploit that in the playoffs. Fans on X are heated, debating if this is a genius move or a costly mistake. And while we're still reeling from this trade, there's another shocker about to stir every Celtics fan's soul. Ready to hear who's stepping up to own the paint? And while we're wrapping our heads around that Simons blockbuster, hold tight, because the Celtics front court is getting a full-on makeover. With Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Kornet, and likely Al Horford gone, Boston needed fresh blood at center. Enter Luka Garza, formerly of the Minnesota Timberwolves, signing a 2-year, $5.5 million deal. This guy's bringing a hunter's mentality, ready to rep that green jersey with pride. But does he have what it takes to anchor our front court? Let's talk impact. Losing Porzingis, a stretch big who rained threes and swatted shots, was a gut punch. Kornet and Horford's veteran presence? That's another void. Enter Garza, a 26-year-old pivot starving for a chance. In a Mass Live interview, he couldn't hide his excitement. Putting on that Celtics jersey is unreal. It's a legendary franchise, and I know the front office believes in what I bring. So, what's he got? An old-school post-game, slick moves, and an infectious hustle. Garza's the kind of player who makes up for limitations with pure grit. Back at Iowa, he was a matchup nightmare, dominating with skill and heart. In 4 NBA years, he hasn't popped off yet, averaging 4.9 points and 2 rebounds in just 7.8 minutes per game. But now, with Boston's front court wide open, he's in the running for a starting role. You heard that right, nation. This guy's fighting for big minutes. He said it himself. My thing is playing hard, creating plays, and keeping the offense flowing with passes, screens, or shots. Sounds promising, right? But it's not all roses. Fans on X are split. Some are hyped about Garza's energy, thinking he could be a breakout star like a Zach Collins who panned out. Others are nervous. Can he handle the pressure of being the Guy in Boston's front court. His defense is improved but isn't elite. And without a proven center, we might get exposed against beasts like Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic. With Tatum out, there's little room for error. The stakes? The future of our paint. If Garza delivers, he could keep Boston in the Eastern Conference hunt. If he flops, 2026 could be rougher than we think. So, do you trust this guy to hold it? Down! And where are all these changes taking us? Let's wrap this up and hash it out. Celtics Nation, what a day! The Simons for Holiday trade shakes our core, bringing a high-octane offense, but leaving our defense on thin ice. And Garza's arrival? It's a bold bet on a front court screaming for a leader. With Tatum out, these moves could be our edge or our Achilles heel. Is Stevens building a squad to shock the East, or is he risking too much? What do you think? Can Simons and Garza step up, or is Boston shooting in the dark? Drop your take. In the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get this debate going.